everybody. I'm going to be on for a little bit. I've been just sitting here listening to the Russian... Whoa! Is that moving without me? Oh, I can only walk on this video. So I have to go this way. We gotta time it. But anyway, I'm just listening to this, so if I'm fucking up, it's probably because I'm just not focused 100.
Every word triggers a stream of consciousness. It seems to me that our people, the simplest people, ordinary citizens, have realized it. They have realized...
All the swing states do? If you got a disaster going through, don't ask me. You got a hurricane going through, well, you better keep on that. Find that.
And the U.S. Air Force sits there to review this matter. Thank you for bringing this to our attention.
I never really got involved, like, in sharing stuff. Like, I really never got much involved. I really never thought much about it. I really don't like politics. Guess it just happened the way it happened. You know, I wasn't even involved with anything. People are like dicking the TV. This kid's dicking his TV because he sees Trump on there. Oh my God! Why would you kick your own? To just switch the channel, like. Why would they? All right, just hold on. I'm not even gonna go anymore with this video, but I will tell you this. Alright, so you hate Trump. Okay, whatever. You hate Trump. You get it. Or I get it. I don't know if we get it, but I get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Whatever. You got Trump issues or something, right? That's fine. A lot of people do. And a lot of people have Kamala issues. Alright, whatever. Everybody's got issues. But, like, you know, whatever happened to, like, whatever happened to just, like, people just, like, not getting so huffy-puffy about, I mean, look, how many presidents have been in the United States? How old is the United States? It's going on 300 years old. Going on. So, if you look at the entire history of America, right, even before it was actually fully formed, right? Do the history. Look at different historians' points of view, because even historians don't always agree. So look at everything, right? That's the first thing I'll say. If you're going to research, look at it. Don't worry about it. Just look at it. Doesn't matter what you want to feel. Doesn't matter what you feel. Doesn't matter what you're told. Doesn't matter what you think. You know, the outcome you want. Just read everything. Read everything. Just read everything. His side, her side, he say, she say. And then use logic. Not to dictate the entirety of the decision, but to at least get maybe some understanding of, you know, what's real, what's not, what's hocus pocus, what is not, when someone's telling you the truth, when they're lying to you, right? And that just does not apply only to because of that stuff. I don't have any sound on here. I got this fucking huge zit on the, like right where like the edge of the mouth is. Oh my god, it's fucking. And I don't really have issues with any actually. I don't know where the fuck that shit is. And then I'm drinking like citrus stuff too. Actually no, it's just those little tiny bottles of alcohol. Hey, what's it? But I mix it with fruit juice, I mix it with ice cream, you can mix it with a milkshake out of it, yogurt to it, that doesn't come to it. You can make a lot of stuff and have a little bit of an alcohol kick to it as long as you know, you're not driving or operating heavy machinery or walking with your baby. So this is where I do have them. But yeah, like I was saying before, you know what? I've seen a lot of like negativity along with. I've seen a lot of negativity just reading stuff on Facebook. And, you know, my basic premise of everything was, it's a DMR, all DMR. But yeah, there was a lot of vitriol. I didn't really get involved. I just, you know what, I'm just so sick and tired of this. Alright, but Donald Trump did win. Okay, so whether I hate him or love him, he's now my president. Just like Joe Biden. Even though I don't really love his policies, even though I wish the economy was better. Under him, it wasn't for whatever reason. You know, some people, it's his fault, whatever the reason. I don't know. I can tell you whoever it was responsible from an economic standpoint, because I have studied economy very, very in depth, and throughout history, because you have to add economies throughout history to get a really good look at, you know, timeline. Circa this. And so when a person can do that, they see things, especially when it comes to the cost of living. And one of the worst things they did, at least for the beginning stages, I think once the economy has a chance to bounce back to this, if it's steered in the right direction by leaders, this $15 an hour can actually be a good thing for everyone. But it can also be very bad, just depending on where and who's involved in the decision. Like I said, Trump's in, Kamala's not. Whatever. Everybody had plans. Trump's in. There's a lot of people that are going to be happy. There's a lot of people that aren't. It's whatever. He's the president now. Give it to him, and let's see now what you can do, my friends. Let's see what you can do. Okay? Because you have a lot of heat against you. Let's start making friends. You're the president now. Well, let's start seeing some clips. Let's start seeing you do something, right? Let's start seeing you operate. Let's start seeing the economy get better, but quicker. I know it's going to take time. Economies don't heal overnight. So it was maybe done perhaps with the idea that it can be directed, the economy can be directed, if done right, with the right people in mind, longevity with these people in office, and yeah, the economy of the United States can be a first world country. We're not a first world. We really are. If you look at the economies and economy, militarily, we are badass, but that's really about it. And it's because we have a lot of very high-paid politicians who'd rather have 2 or 3 houses, one in the Hamptons, rather than just say, look, you know what, I'll take a pay cut during my presidency, because you know what, whatever money we can use to allocate towards other things or create new programs, you know, pay me just 2% of what I normally do. Right? That's what I would say. I don't. I'll take a paycheck, but it doesn't have to be what Trump makes for 5 years. Skip this shit. Let's create programs that help even working people. Since when is social welfare services should only be for the people that are the most needy? I think the government, and yes, it does borderline socialism. I don't have a problem with socialism when it comes to medical, or when it comes to helping people out, that even though you're working, you're still entitled to this much money a year. And you let the government figure out, you know, how much Donald Trump and Bill Gates are accredited every year as a government stipend, just because you're an American citizen, because you pay taxes all your life. Right? This is not going to be anyone eligible that's only been a citizen. It's going to be someone that's really been around for a while and paid. But the more you make, the less you'll get. The less you'll make, the more you'll get. It just really should depend on income. And then income can change very quickly. And that's why it's important that if your income does change, that you let the Department of Social Services. Oh, but anyway, yeah, you know what, look, Trump's in, could have went the other way, who knows, you know, Who knows what Trump's really going to do? Who knows what Kamala will really do? I know what politicians in the past have really done, and there really hasn't been any. And what they really do is they need cohesiveness. They need they need to be open to agreement on a lot of things. And when you're not open to natural agreement, or you're not open to agreement, period, between the two parties, you're going to have disconnect. And then after you have disconnect, you're going to have dysfunction. Right? So with that being said, this is supposed to be like a triggered liberal get instant karma thing. But the thing is that type of shit needs to stop. It needs to stop on both ends, because this is only already worse than it has been. So I'm not even going to continue watching. So what's Trump's big announcement? I don't know. All right, so now he's president. Now I'm going to listen to what he has to say. But now you're in office, Bucko. Let's see what you got going on. Let's see what you're doing. What are you going to do? All right. Well, this is live, so. Well, China doesn't really use steel. China uses zinc oxide, at least on its watches. They use, like in China, their steel is a decent steel, so it's the CRMOV. Well, we need steel companies here in America. But Chinese steel is different from American steel, so I don't know what he's talking about. You know, you take a Chinese manufacturer that manufactures knives, for example, and they do it really well in China. But you also have knife makers here in America, and they just charge. Everything is just so much more expensive here, just because somebody, you know, like this is what I'm being charged for strips of leather. This is what I'm being charged for strips of T10 from this country. We need to compete with America by making things cheap. That's how we compete with America. We do it for less money, and it's done in America. See, I'm not really concerned about all this extra chatter. Oh, she said nasty things to Trump. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You're a big boy. Handle it. Deal with it. Talk with them. Communicate with them, and quit fucking. All right? Quit with the rhetoric. You're in office. You can stop. Okay? You don't have to about very nasty things. You don't have to. You got it. You're going to be here for 4 years. And that's it. Okay? So just stop. I want to see Trump focus less on what this politician said. Now, you're in office. Now fucking do something. If I could say anything to Donald Trump, it would be now in office. Quit the chatter. Quit the BS. Put you know, from one old school guy to another. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your words where your mouth is. Put your promises where your mouth is, and make it shit happen. Right? You espouse. So now let's see what you have. And I would say that to Kamala as well, too. Okay. Well, you're in. You're in. Now let's see what you do. Unfortunately, the proof of the pudding usually is found out after they've done one term or two terms. No president's really been ever that bad. I don't even know. I mean, if Joe Biden was my president, so he was my president. 4 years, he was my president. He was my president. Now we have a new president. Let's see what you can do. Everybody gets a little something done, but then they really get everything done. So you know what that means. But let's just see what this guy has to say. That's a wonderful thing. I like that. He's speaking more of a socialized medical program. That's where he's going with, and I like that. All right. So socialism isn't bad as long as it's kept within certain perimeters. You know, socialized medical, socialized payment, you know, socialized help for even people that are working and making a decent paycheck. And it's non-taxable. It's money we give back, or the government gives back at the end of the year. Not just what you are legally, but look, here's an extra bonus for everybody. You know what? It's going to help. You're going to spend. You got to spend in the economy in order to create an economy. You got to have a product. You have to have a product and service, right, in economics, and you have to be able to sell. See, that's great, but I think the government should also have some socialism in there too when it comes to medical stuff. You know, nobody should have to reach into their pocket to pay anything medical. It should be paid for by the government. Do I think that everything should be socialized? Absolutely not. But, you know, that takes people that don't call each other names and actually talk to one another and say, okay, look, you know what? You're Congress. I may not agree with a lot of what you say, but look, you know what? You're here. This is who I have to work with. Let's get to work and do some stuff.
Certain people come to town, they walk away with $100 billion for countries that many people have never even heard of. So I just wanted to...
And that is another thing. Stop giving money to Ukraine. Stop giving money to Israel. Stop giving... If you're going to give money to Israel, then you have to give it to Palestine as well. Right? I mean, if you are a fair and just person, what, it's just one-sided? The war isn't one-sided. Then help both sides out, and made the better soldier win. But this isn't about soldiering. This isn't about soldierism. This is about plots of land that Israel and Palestine have been fighting for a very, very long time. They almost might be saying, well, who are the true Jews? Pretty much. Think about what I just said. Who are the true Jewish people? Again, I'm not saying anyone's fake. I'm not saying anyone's real. I'm just saying, think about what I just said. That should inspire you to start thinking, but not only thinking, but also asking questions. That should raise more questions than it does answers. So you look into it. I'm not saying Palestine are the true Jews. I'm not saying it. Just look into it. Look, research, accept all possible outcomes. And then use your logic, if it exists, to look at all the possible outcomes that you found, and then come up with the most logical one, the most obvious one, right? And there you have your answer, okay? Happens that way with everything. It's called critical thinking, man, critical thinking. All right, so... Alright, so now there's some, yeah, you got a room full of people. It's a big room. It's like a huge dining hall. But it's not a big stadium. These are just select people. And it's that way when Biden was in. You can only have select people. They all have to, like, pass background checks and stuff. You cannot have a lot of people at the president. Yeah, you can't. He did work at a McDonald's. No, was it, you know, did he actually work there and collect a paycheck? No, he was just making fun of Kamala. That's all he was doing. Which he never really should have or needed to do. Trump got a lot of negativity because there are a lot of liberals, as people say liberals, that aren't stupid. right? And, you know, if anything, try not to be so demeaning against your opponent. Speak well publicly of their accomplishments, but also speak publicly of their flaws. And tell the American people how you're going to go ahead and accomplish way more than that person is. What you're going to do to accomplish his flaws. And still continue the same things he did. You see? Everything's about pleasing a certain group or certain people. These groups don't make up America. But many people, many groups do, many beliefs, many belief systems. But the one thing we lack when it comes down to it is, look, you know, at the end of the day, I may be a Republican or I may be a Democrat, but I can have Republicans over and we can have friendly debate, we can drink beers, we can play country, we can play whatever music, don't matter. Because at the end of the day, we're neither Republican or Democrat, we're human beings, we go to work every day, we have to survive and struggle somehow. Let's see how we can do that together to benefit everybody. And with that being said, thankfully I don't have the money to run for president because I would have. Alright. So let me go ahead and forget about the Trump diddle dump and all that other stuff. I'm looking at some YouTube. I know I said I wasn't really going to be on much. I just thought I'd pop on. Is it going to climb to the side? I don't know.
Pilot, I'm being taken through an area stocked with prefabricated structures. We are not far apart. Keep moving.
You have a seat. Hey, now I remember that cat the other day. Now I actually went ahead and bought after no, that's not the one. That's very similar. Hold on, let me decide. I think that's the yes, that's the one that I want. Yes, absolutely. That's the one that I'm looking for. But I gotta pick it up before it goes. Because it's gonna get, these are gonna get very popular very fucking quick. I can guarantee you they're going to. Alright, so I must have died. Here we go. Oh no, I didn't. Just building a house. So yeah, that's one of the ones that I actually yeah, but I don't want to send it on the like it's one of the new, oh no, I just, yeah, see this is how I keep dying, I keep getting zapped. Alright, so let me see what else I can go into. Now there's no video going. I can go into Tomb Raider and do some Call of Duty. I can do Callisto. I can do A Way Out. I can do Daymare, Resident Evil Village. Do a lot of shit. Alright, so let me go back into here and just quit. And this is a great game. I can go to multiplayer if I want to. But I'm not sure I want, maybe I do, I don't know. I haven't been in multiplayer in a while in Call of Duty. But anyway, guys, listen, if I do decide. I'll play a couple of games and see how much I suck, because it's been a while since I've actually played multiplayer. I was going to go in last night, but I don't know, fucking OCDing and everything else was going on, so. Y'all have a good night. You know, if I start kicking ass, then I'll do a. If I start kicking ass, then I'll want to, record that. But if I'm sucking, then I just won't go on.